lots of crying phone calls to my parents that I couldn't do it and I needed to come home, and I'm just not the type for college. I'm not made for it. I'm not brave enough or strong enough to do college. But I stayed. Hi, my name is Meghan Milarch, and I am a junior at Grand Valley studying elementary ed and English. And honestly, it's a story of God's faithfulness that I am a junior at Grand Valley, because I didn't think I would make it past my first semester here. I've struggled with a lot of anxiety throughout all of my life, but never as bad as when I first started college at Grand Valley. I didn't have a ton of friends, didn't feel connected, and I struggled to feel close to God because I wondered why He made me so afraid and anxious when everyone else seemed to be doing great. This went on for the first few weeks of my first semester, and I struggled so hard. Lots of crying phone calls to my parents that I couldn't do it and I needed to come home, and I'm just not the type for college. I'm not made for it. I'm not brave enough or strong enough to do college. But I stayed. And I found a verse in 2 Corinthians 12 and heard a story about Paul, who had a thorn that was hurting him and making him weak. And he prayed that God would take it away. God didn't take it away, but instead showed him that God's strength could cover his weakness. And that kind of became my declaration that even if I was weak and scared and not the bravest, that God's strength could be put on display through that. And so that's what I started doing. Every day I would tell myself, it's okay if you're weak or scared. God's strength is powerful and can move in this place. And so around this time, I also joined a life group and got involved in campus ministry. And I had friends who could help shoulder my weaknesses and point me to Jesus and the truth that God is powerful above my weaknesses. And I still struggle with anxiety today. It never went away from me. God didn't miraculously heal it, but instead, His grace was sufficient to cover it, and His power was perfect through the places where I'm weak. And so I'm thankful that I'm not the bravest or the strongest, because it shows how awesome God is. And I've seen Him work continually through my life at Grand Valley as I've gotten even further into campus ministry and developed a really good community. And I'm here to stay now, and I know that it's not on my own strength, but it's on the strength of the Lord. And that's why I worship.